Let's go ahead. Verse 35. Bhayadranaduparatam mansyante tvam maharatha yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Ashish.
And the warrior chiefs who thought highly of you will now despise you, thinking that it was for fear which drove you away from battle.
The warrior chiefs, first they had such a high opinion of you. Now what will they do? They will despise you because you have disrupted their war. They have disrupted the flow of things, and they will not understand that, you were thinking of dharma, you were thinking of pitrus, you were thinking of society, you were thinking of guru. They will say you just ran away, you are a darpok, coward. Let's see the meanings. Cha, and. Every time this and is coming, because every time it's a one new argument. Logic.
But it's in the second line.
Wherever it is, now you find it. Yesham, for whom meaning for the warrior chiefs, for whom tvam, you, bhutva, have been, for them, these warrior chiefs for whom you have been, bahumata, highly esteemed. So for those people who had put you on a pedestal, mansyante, they will think those people who have put you on a high pedestal, they have thought that you, tvam, is a maharatah. Maharatah, great warrior. Single-handedly you can vanquish 10,000 soldiers like that. Maharatha. Those people who have put you on this high pedestal, who thought so greatly of you, and what did they think so greatly of you? They thought that you could destroy armies single-handedly. Now they will think what? They will think, uparatam, you have run away, you have fled. Ranat, from the battlefield. You have run away from the battlefield. Bhayat, out of fear. And because of that, laghavam, your value will decrease. Now, Arjun, as we all know, had great fame, and his history, his biodata, if he had to make a CV, he will write, I conquered this Asur, I conquered this the Rakshas, I got this award, I got this lifetime award. So many things he will be able to write because he has done so many great wars and he has fought all of them. And everybody knows this in his own army also, and everybody knows it also in the opposite army, Kaurava army, Bhishma, Drona, Karna. Everybody knows about his valor, so much so that even the gods know about his reputation of being a great warrior. Almost every Bhagwan has given him a special weapon. And weapons that can destroy lands, can destroy populations just with one what? Arrow. Lord Shiva has given him Shastra, Astra. Guru Dronacharya has given him. Kuber has given him, Varun has given him, Indra has given, Yama has given, all of them have given him their shastras, astras, whatever you call them. And not only given, they have also taught him how to use them. What does this mean? He is blessed. Means what about you and me?
All are also.
We all have. If you are on the path of dharma, you will develop these weapons. That's what it means. These siddhis, these weapons, these powers are all within each of us. And when we start living in a dharmic way, we start knowing how to use these weapons. They are not weapons, they are powers. Why do we have these powers? Why are they within us?
To fight.
Aham Brahmasmi. Hello. If you don't have, who will have? Huh? You are divine. If you are divine, you have divine powers. What's the big deal? Huh? But because we don't see ourselves as divine, because we see ourselves as mere mortals, because we see ourselves as poor me's, because we see ourselves as victims of situations, because we see ourselves as I cannot do, I must be so dumb, I must be so mood, I must be so silly. Okay, stay there. However you want to see yourself, as you think, so you are. And this sentence is pregnant with value. As you think, so you are. I cannot tell you how important this one line is. If you want to recognize yourself as Aham Brahmasmi, think of yourself that way. Now, somebody who has been given these powers by Indra, by Yama, by Kuber, by Shiva, by Varun, so many powers, such a person runs away from the battlefield, like he said one sentence, no, dhoom dham something.
Dhoom dharam.
How will he look? Like one chua, no? Running away from the situation. So, last month, Swamiji had his pravachans in Prempuri. He said one story there, which I liked a lot. Okay, I'll tell you that story. So once there was a jungle, and one great celebration was happening there. Band, baja, everything, because the sher of the jungle was getting married. So the Bharat was nickling. So there was a band playing and everyone was dancing. And because king of jungle is getting married. And musicians were playing, or animals only, of course. And all the animals were dancing. Someone saw this Bharat and one small chua was dancing. Ekdam mast mein, like as if it is his bhai ka shadi,
भाई समझेगा ना उसको.
Great masti, family wedding, my bhai is getting married. So someone asked him, why you are dancing so much masti, tera kya hai usme? He said, no, it's a wedding and all. So yeah, it's a wedding is of the sher, no? Why you have to dance so much? So what do you think he said? Yes, before I got married, I was also a sher. So this sher-like warrior, Arjun, when he will run out of the battlefield, he will also look like one chua, And all the warriors who thought so highly of him, They will now say he is a darpok. So this Yesham is the word. Warriors, warrior chiefs. He has fought against so many Rakshasas, so many negative forces. We also, in our life, have to fight many negative forces. And in these battles that we are fighting against our natural tendencies, our natural forces, negative forces, we also need these warriors, these warrior chiefs. And these warrior chiefs which we need are our Sama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. These are the positive qualities within us. These are our warrior chiefs. And we need to take their help. These spiritual faculties, they are our inner warriors. They are our inner weapons. And we also have an inner war of Kurukshetra. We cannot just give up. We cannot just run away from our battles. We have to engage these inner warriors. We have to tap on these inner warriors and we have to continue fighting. If we give up, then we will be surrendering to this army of Kauravas, which are our negative tendencies within us. Which are what? Who are they? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. Finally, all together make our Ahankar. All these Kam, desire, Krodh, anger, Lobh, greed, Moh, delusion, Mad, pride, Matsarya, jealousy, all this, put it together in one word, Ahankar. It's your ignorance. So if we run away from these enemies and we do not engage our inner warriors, then what will happen? Our conscience first will tell us we have done something wrong. And if we have become so moved that conscience also is no longer speaking to us, then what is our fate? Patan. Downfall. Downfall means what?
Animalistic. Again come back.
Come back in next life to fulfill those animalistic tendencies which you did not fight out. And you will be put in that situation where you will be able to fulfill those animalistic tendencies, which may mean that you have to go into animal yoni. So when the sadhak has full command over his warriors, Sama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan, then his spiritual faculties, his inner warriors will admire him. So you see, Bhagwan Krishna is an excellent teacher. He started off with the very sublime knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. But he probably also saw that Arjun looked blank or he was not yet convinced. So he brought his teaching down to that level which was most important for Arjun at that moment, which is to explain to him what his dharma is. So, for example, if we have class in Shishu class, I have to talk at Shishu level. I cannot talk all these things over there. So, wherever you are, if you want to address a situation, you have to talk at the level that the student can understand. Verse number 36.